Hello, and welcome to this edition of Guinea Pigs with Greg. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in and for constantly supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. Just continue to like and share, and I'll keep making these videos for you. And I think only good things can come of this. Okay, so today's video, we are going to be assessing some young pink-eyed golden boars. It's an important stage to constantly check on how your guinea pigs are developing, so you can completely understand where they're coming from, what's happening to them, and how they're developing. So if you don't understand how they're developing, and you just pop them in that bottom hutch for 6 months, you're never really going to know what you need to retain and what you need to keep. So it's constantly looking at what attributes you want in your shed, which attributes you need to look for in your youngsters. So you assess these stock based on what you need. So if you need bigger ears, when we're looking at these boars, we will look for boars with bigger ears. If we need bolder eyes or wider muzzle or richer colour, these are all things we can look for when assessing our youngsters. So it's quite an important thing to do on a regular basis. It's also good to let other people see these pigs so that you don't get tunnel vision and you end up just going down one track all the time. So I was guilty a few years ago of looking for type constantly and at the cost of eye and ear. So I had to really work at that, and in collaboration with some of my friends, Gary Taylor in particular, he helped me to select the pigs in reverse and taught me quite a few valuable lessons along the way. So assessing your young stock is very key, especially in the young boars. As previously mentioned, the attributes of your boars are passed on to lots and lots of different offspring. So this one boar can go to potentially 10 or 12 sows in his lifetime. And so we have to make sure that these attributes are things that we actually want to pass on to our youngsters. So this boar has a very square set head, level ears, decent size, and a bold eye. Lovely rich colour, and he stands very well. Very excellent profile from the side, and a decent shoulder. So these are all attributes of a show animal. And I'm sure we can make use of this to some of our larger, more plainer headed sows. It's got pretty much everything I'm looking for in a decent boar. A lovely width of jowl, and it holds his body shape very low. Now this boar is completely different. This boar has very large plain ears, a huge head. I mean, the head is absolutely massive. The distance from the eye to the nostril is very big, which means this cavie is potentially going to grow to quite some size if we let it. It's got great width between the ears, and the head is an oblong shape, and it just seems to set itself off very nicely. Again, completely different. I mean, at a glance they look very similar, but they're not. This pig's slightly lighter in colour than his counterpart, but again, it's got these properties of a big ear, a nice big head, and a large body. I think this has got some very useful attributes to offset some of the shorter eared sows that we currently have in the stud, since we had to use our show sows in the breeding pen recently. I've actually been waiting for a while to produce a boar of this calibre and this head shape and this ear size to pair off with some of my my type ear sows, and I think it looks like this may be the boar, but I've had my hopes dashed before, where they become too gangly and the head doesn't grow the way you want it to and the shape isn't quite where it should be. But on the whole, this pig is very balanced, and I do think we may be keeping this one side by side of the two of them, and here you can really tell the difference in the head shape and size and the ear size. The eyes seem to be both the same, but it looks slightly smaller in the boar on the right, in the Gibbons. But Grindling looks the much typier boar in the moment, but I think Gibbons, the one on the right, is going to be the bigger, better adult. As you can see from the front, proportionally, there's more width on the larger headed boar, and you can see what I mean about the head shape and the way that one is square and the other one's more oblong. And you can see the distance from the eyes to the nostril is a lot shorter on the typier pig on the left than it is on the plainer pig on the right. There's this constant comparison between the pigs in the shed that help you to grow and develop your stud. Understanding what attributes each pig brings is very important. This is Ruskinite, obviously from the Ruskin line that we keep. He's a very young boar. He's only 4 months old, weighing in at 3 poundish.
nicely balanced pig, just not grown into his head yet, but he's malted out into his adult colour almost, which is very fiery and rich. He's got very large feet, which means that along with his head size, that he may grow into an even bigger animal. So I'm quite pleased with this. It's got a lot of attributes we like: a balanced ear, reasonably good eye, good width. It's a little long in the head at the moment, like I said, and he's going to touch long in the body, but that should even out as he gets older. I think he's got some very positive attributes, and I'll grow him on to see how they develop.
So you can see in there's some very useful pigs. Again, some pigs that may make the stud, some pigs that may not. Some that may be show pigs, some that I may use in the breeding pen. There's a whole different set of attributes there that we could make use of when paired with different sows. So fingers crossed, they'll all be good. So thank you for watching. I'm Guinea Pig Greg, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.